All right, quick headline pass before we dive deeper. Two items to know right now. The Chiefs reportedly added running back Demarcado on a one-year deal, and linebacker Drew Tranquil reportedly reworked the final year of his contract to take a lower base salary and give the team some cap breathing room. Both moves make immediate sense in different ways. The Demarcado signing is a low-risk depth chart third down addition, while Tranquil's restructure locks in a veteran presence on defense, heading into 2026. Quick context, the running back room now looks like Kenneth Walker III as the clear lead, with Brashard Smith and Demarcado competing for complementary roles and Shun Derek Powell hanging around on a reserve, future practice-type deal. That's fine if the Chiefs want speed, receiving chops, and special teams play, but it leaves a question about who handles short area between the tackle power work in goal line or short yardage moments, a role Kareem Hunt used to fill very effectively. Also worth noting why Tranquil's new deal matters. With linebacker Leo Chenal leaving in free agency for a multi-year deal, the Chiefs could not safely thin out veteran depth at the position, so locking Tranquil in cheaply is a practical, by-the-book move for continuity and trust in the middle of that defense. So that's the headline. One addition that mostly impacts depth and role competition in the backfield, and one financial roster tweak on defense that preserves veteran depth. In the next chapter, I'll break down exactly what Demarcado brings, the snaps he's most likely to earn, how his skill set compares to what the Chiefs already have, and whether this signing fixes or exposes the short area back problem. Quick question for you while you wait. In the comments, Chalk's poll, vote. Is Demarcado a smart depth add, or should KC have used that roster spot on a different type of back? And real quick, guys, if you're enjoying the breakdown, please hit that like button. It's a huge. When you look at that group together, you start to see why this signing is getting mixed reactions from fans. It's not that Demarcado is a bad player. He absolutely can contribute. The issue is that his skill set overlaps quite a bit with players already in the room. He's another back who thrives catching the ball, working outside the tackles and operating in space. What the Chiefs arguably still need is the opposite. A physical, short-yardage runner who can convert 3rd and 1, punch the ball in at the goal line, and grind out those ugly but important yards late in games. That's the role Kareem Hunt filled so effectively during earlier stretches with Kansas City. When you needed a back to line up, under center, follow a fullback or tight end, and simply push through contact for 2 or 3 yards, Hunt was perfect for it. Without that type of runner, some of those short yardage moments can become trickier, especially if you don't want to expose Walker to unnecessary hits near the goal line. So what's the most realistic scenario here? There are a few possibilities. First, Demarcado could end up being a situational contributor, a third down option, a receiving back out of the backfield, and someone who helps on special teams. That kind of role is valuable, even if it doesn't show up as huge numbers on the stat sheet. Second, the Chiefs may still be planning to address the power back role in the draft. This would actually make a lot of sense. Adding a rookie with that downhill running style would balance the backfield and allow the coaching staff to keep everyone in roles that fit their strengths. And third, there's always the chance that one of the current players surprises us. Training camp competitions have a way of reshaping the depth chart, and a younger back could emerge as that short yardage option if the staff believes he can handle it. But right now, if we're being honest, the Demarcado signing looks less like a solution and more like a depth addition. It adds speed, versatility, and insurance behind Walker, but it doesn't necessarily answer the biggest stylistic question in the running back room. Let me throw this one to you. because I'm really curious where Chiefs Kingdom stands on it. If Kansas City drafts a running back this year, what type should it be? A power back who can dominate short yardage situations, or another versatile receiving style runner who fits the modern spread offense? Drop your answer in the comments and tell me the name of the player you'd target in the draft. And real quick, if you're enjoying the breakdown, please hit that like button. It's a huge help for the algorithm. Also, make sure you subscribe to help us reach 7,000 teens subscribers, and a massive thank you to everyone using the Super Thanks feature. Your support directly funds this channel and keeps it independent. Chiefs Kingdom, you're the best fans in the NFL. Now let's talk about the move that might actually be the biggest positive development in this entire news cycle. The contract restructure involving Drew Tranquil and the Kansas City Chiefs. According to reporting from Mike Garafolo, Tranquil and the Chiefs renegotiated the final year of his contract. His base salary dropped from about $6 million to $3.5 million, with $3 million of that guaranteed. The restructure also trims roughly $2.5 million from Kansas City's salary cap number. In simple terms, Tranquil agreed to take a smaller paycheck in exchange for guaranteed money and the opportunity to remain in Kansas City through the 2026 season. And honestly, this is the kind of move that championship teams make all the time. When you look at the situation the Chiefs were facing at linebacker, it becomes very clear why keeping Tranquil around was important. Earlier in the offseason, Kansas City lost Leo Chenal in free agency when he signed a multi-year deal with the Washington Commanders. That deal reportedly came in around 3 years and $24 million, a strong payday and a completely understandable move for a player entering the prime earning years of his career. But when Chenal left, it created a potential depth issue at inside linebacker. You simply can't afford to lose multiple experienced players at the same position in one offseason, especially in a defense that relies heavily on communication and alignment in the middle of the field. The Chiefs have younger players they're excited about, including Jeff Bassa, but asking young linebackers to suddenly carry the entire room is a risky strategy. That's where Tranquil becomes so valuable. Over the past couple of seasons, he's been exactly what Kansas City needed. A reliable veteran who understands the system, communicates well pre-snap, and can step into multiple roles when injuries happen. He's been particularly effective against the run, where his instincts and tackling consistency help stabilize the front seven. And maybe most importantly, he's the type of player the coaching staff trusts. Defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo runs a complex defense. Linebackers in that system are responsible for a lot: reading motion, adjusting to formations, communicating coverage shifts, and reacting quickly to play action. Having a veteran who already understands those responsibilities is incredibly valuable, especially when younger players are still developing. Now here's the other side of this deal that makes it smart for the Chiefs. By restructuring the contract instead of releasing Tranquil, Kansas City keeps veteran stability while also saving cap space. That extra flexibility can be used elsewhere on the roster, whether that's signing depth players, extending younger talent, or simply creating breathing room heading into the season. It's basically a win for both sides. Tranquil gets financial security with guaranteed money and another opportunity to compete for a championship in Kansas City. The Chiefs keep a trusted defender without taking on a heavy cap hit. And the linebacker room avoids a scenario where it suddenly becomes too young and inexperienced. This also fits into a larger roster-building philosophy we've seen from the Chiefs for years. Maintain a balance between veteran leadership and young development. Players like Bassa and other younger defenders can continue growing into bigger roles, but they'll do it alongside someone who already knows how to navigate the system at a high level. That's the kind of environment where young talent tends to develop faster. So while the Demarcado signing might raise some questions about roster construction in the backfield, the Tranquil move is much easier to evaluate. Its stability, its smart cap management, and it keeps an important veteran in the building. Before we move into the final chapter, I want to get your take on this one. Simple yes or no question. Did the Chiefs make the right decision by keeping Tranquil instead of starting fresh with younger linebackers? Drop a yes or no in the comments and tell me why. And if you're enjoying the breakdown so far, real quick guys, hit that like button. It's a huge help for the algorithm. Also make sure you subscribe to help us reach 7,000 subscribers. And a massive thank you to everyone using the Super Thanks feature. Your support helps keep this channel independent and growing. So when you step back and look at everything together, this news cycle for the Kansas City Chiefs really does come down to exactly what we said at the beginning. One move that raises questions, and one move that clearly strengthens the roster. Let's start with the running back situation. Adding Demarcado gives Kansas City another versatile weapon who can contribute in the passing game and provide depth behind Kenneth Walker III. That kind of depth matters over the course of a long NFL season. Injuries happen, roles change, and having multiple backs who can catch the ball and operate in space fits the modern offense. But the big question still remains: who handles the physical short yardage work? That role used to be filled by players like Kareem Hunt, the type of runner who can convert 3rd and 1 or punch the ball in at the goal line. Right now, that specific style of back isn't clearly present in the room. That's why many analysts believe the Chiefs could still target a power runner in the upcoming draft. And that brings us to the other headline from today: the contract restructure involving Drew Tranquil. This move is a textbook example of smart roster management. The Chiefs keep a veteran linebacker who understands the defense. They stabilize the middle of the field after losing Leo Chenal in free agency, and they save cap space at the same time. That's the kind of move that might not generate huge headlines nationally, but inside the building, it matters a lot. So the final verdict? The Chiefs added depth on offense, preserved experience on defense, and kept their roster flexible heading into the draft. And that last part might be the most important piece of all, because Kansas City still has opportunities to address remaining needs with young talent. Now I want to hear from you. What should the Chiefs prioritize in the series? Draft? A power running back to balance the backfield? Or defensive depth after the linebacker changes? Drop your answer in the comments and tell me the player you want Kansas City to draft. And real quick, guys, if you're enjoying the breakdown, please hit that like button. It's a huge help for the algorithm. Also, make sure you subscribe to help us reach 7,000 subscribers. And a massive thank you to everyone using the Super Thanks feature. Your support directly funds this channel and keeps us independent. Chiefs Kingdom, you're the best fans in the NFL. Stay locked with Total Chiefs news. Hail Chiefs!